They say the market is like a relationship, lots of ups and downs, and you're always the last to know when it's crashing. I'm Spencer, Yule Spencer, with a comics view of Wall Street. Let me tell you something that's going to sound backwards at first. Everybody talks about compound interest like it's some slow magic trick. Be patient, wait 20 years, it'll sneak up on you. And for most people, that's true. But what happens when the money shows up all at once? A rookie contract, a lottery ticket, an inheritance. Somebody just handed you more money than you've ever seen in your life. Now what? I'm Yule Spencer, a.k.a. Spencer, and we need to fix something right now, today, before we go any further. It's not really compound interest. It's compound returns. Same idea, different name, but understanding it as returns on what you've actually invested changes how you think about it completely. I will scare you wealthy if I have to. Let's get into it. Here's what almost nobody tells you. Compound returns work on an annualized basis, meaning the growth shows up the very next year after you deposit it. Not 20 years from now, the following year. The reason it feels slow for most people is that most people are starting small. $25 a week takes a long time to feel like anything, but the math itself isn't slow. The base you start with is what's slow. The fix: stop thinking compound returns are a long game by nature. They're a long game when you start small. They are not a long game when you start big. Think about a rookie who just signed their first real contract. Money they've never had access to before in their life, showing up all at once. What rookies face in that first contract is the same thing most Americans face with their first real paycheck, except the zeros are bigger and the pressure's higher. If that money goes into something that earns returns instead of getting spent down to zero the very next year, it's already working. It's not someday, it's the following year. The fix: the moment sudden money shows up, rookie contract or otherwise, the question isn't what do I buy? The question is what's my number? And we'll get to that in a second. Say you just won $100 million. Real numbers, real example. You take that and you put it into an equity fund. Let's use 10% a year since that's a reasonable average for that kind of fund. That money is now generating returns on $100 million starting the very next year. Not 20 years of patience. The next year. That's the part people miss about sudden wealth. The be patient, it takes decades advice was built for somebody starting with a few $100s. It does not apply the same way when the base is already enormous. The fix: if sudden money ever lands in your hands, the size of the base is doing most of the work. Your job is to not blow through it before it has a chance to work for you. This is the one I need you to actually sit with. Everyone needs a number. We didn't grow up being taught this. Nobody sat us down and said you need a target. But if you want to master this, really understand it, not just hear about it, you need your number. Let's say your number is $10 million. At an average return of 10% a year, you're drawing well over $1 million a year. And that number keeps going up every single year. Second year, third year, fourth year, you're not making 1 million anymore. You're making 1.5, 1.6. By year 6, year 7, you're watching that base nearly double inside of a 10-year stretch. The fix: figure out your number. Not a vague, I want to be rich, an actual number. Because once you know your number, you know exactly what kind of returns you need that number to generate, and you can build backward from there. I said it at the top, and I'm going to say it again, because this is the part that actually changes how you think. It's not interest, it's returns. Returns on the money you put to work. Interest sounds passive, like something happens to your money while you sit there. Returns tells the truth. It's a result of where you put your money and what it's doing. Once you start saying it right in your own head, you start treating your money the right way too. It's my mission to make this crystal clear to everyone who's listening. The fix: every time you hear compound interest translated in your head to compound returns, small shift in language, real shift in how you think about your money. So here's the real lesson. Compound returns aren't just a slow, patient game for people starting small. For sudden wealth, rookies, lottery winners, inheritances, that same math starts working the very next year on a much bigger base. And either way, the starting point is the same. Know your number. Quick reminder, this is for education and entertainment. There's high risk in trading, and I'm not a licensed financial advisor. Always do your own research before you put your money anywhere. If this helped you see your money different, hit like. It tells YouTube to put this in front of more people who need it. Subscribe right here on the channel. We do this every week. Real talk, no Wall Street jargon, just street smarts for the rest of us. I'm Yul Spencer, also known as Spencer. Go get your 1,000. I'll see you in the next one.